Hi, it's Anymovie Kim here. Today I'm going to review my home country's drama, Squid Game. In Korean it's called 오징어 Game. I'll start with episode 1 to 3 and in next videos I'll review 4 to 6 and 7 to 9. Watch out for spoilers. For simplicity, when it comes to currency, we'll say $1 is equal to 1000 Korean won. Do not worry, I'll do the calculation. First episode is called Red Light, Green Light. In Korean it's actually named 무궁화 꽃이 피던 날, which directly translates to the day 무궁화 flower has blossomed. We start with the main character, Song Gi-hoon, who is a middle-aged man living with his mother. It's Gi-hoon's daughter, Ga-young's birthday, so his mother gives him $40 to buy his daughter some dinner and a birthday present. After she leaves, Gi-hoon takes her credit card and withdraws more money. He then uses that money on horse racing gambling. At first, he loses, but on the second attempt, he manages to win and gets $4,560. He goes out satisfied, but Gi-hoon notices that loan sharks are coming after him. He tries to run away. On the way, he crashes into a girl. He quickly apologizes and continues to run. Eventually, the loan sharks catch him and threaten him to return their money. Turns out he owes them over 400k. Gi-hoon tries to give the money he won from gambling, but his pocket is empty. He realizes that the girl he crashed earlier stole his money. The loan sharks give him one last warning, telling him that he must pay back within a month. Without much money, Gi-hoon buys his daughter some street food. Then he takes his daughter back to his ex-wife. Gi-hoon goes to the train station. While he's waiting for the train, a well-dressed man approaches him and asks him to play 딱지 with him, a children's game where you try to flip the opponent's card by hitting it with yours. The man offers to give Gi-hoon $100 if he wins, so he plays. Gi-hoon loses the first round easily, but since he doesn't have any money, the man slaps his face instead. He continues to lose and gets slapped repeatedly. When Gi-hoon finally manages to win, the man gives him $100. After that, Gi-hoon continues to win a few more games. Then the man gives him a business card, asking him to call the number if he wants to make more money like this. Gi-hoon goes back to his home and hears from his mother that his ex-wife is planning to move to the US, so he will not be able to see Ga-young anymore. But Gi-hoon is not able to do anything because of his financial status. In desperation, he calls the number that the man gave him and is called to a nearby place. A van arrives and when Gi-hoon gets into the car, sleeping gas leaks out and knocks him out. When he wakes up, he's in a bunk bed with many other people, all wearing a green tracksuit. While confused, he meets an old man with the number 001 written on his clothes and he notices his number, which is 456. In fact, there are a total of 456 people in the room. A fight breaks out between a girl who stole Gi-hoon's money and a man who looks like a gangster. Gi-hoon intervenes and asks the girl to give his money back. Then mysterious guards with red suits enter the room. They tell the people that they will be playing 6 games in 6 days and the winner will get a huge prize money. Sang-woo, Gi-hoon's childhood friend, is one of the participants. Gi-hoon asks about the amount of the prize money. Then the staff brings out a huge piggy bank from the ceiling and tells them the amount will be disclosed after the first game. They all decide to play the game and sign the agreement that has 3 rules. First, players cannot stop the game once the game has begun. Second, players who refuse to play the game will be eliminated. Third, if the majority of players agree, the whole game will be terminated. They arrive at the game field. The first game is called Red Light, Green Light. In Korean it's called 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다. 무궁화 flower has blossomed. When the creepy looking statue says 무궁화 flower has blossomed, they can move forward. But when it finishes the sentence and looks back, they have to stop and freeze. They have 10 minutes to reach the other side. As soon as the game begins, one of the players is eliminated by a gunshot. He drops dead. As people realize that elimination equals death, people start to panic and try to run away. But they are all shot and dead bodies pile up. While this is happening, a man who calls himself a frontman watches the game through a monitor. Some people have managed to freeze and continue the game. Some players are still eliminated, but one by one they begin to reach the finish line. Gi-hoon almost falls down, but is luckily saved by a man named Ali, the best character in the show. Gi-hun manages to cross the finish line, but the rest of the people who didn't make it are killed. The first game ends and the episode finishes by showing that players are stuck in an isolated island. The second episode is titled Hell. It begins with the guards burning up the dead bodies from the first game. Participants are shocked by what just happened. The guards come in and announce that 255 participants have died and 201 players are left. People start to beg for their life, asking them to let them go, and Sang-woo suggests a vote, since according to Rule 3, if the majority of players agree, the game can be stopped. The guard agrees, and at this time, he reveals the prize money. The piggy bank starts to fill with loads of cash. He tells the players that the winner's prize is $45.6 million. Seems like some people have changed their mind. The vote is evenly split, 100 to 100. The last vote goes to the old man, Il-nam, and he votes yes, so the game is terminated. But the guard tells them that the game can be resumed if the majority wants to play again. So all the players go back to their places. Next morning, Gi-hun goes to the police station and tries to tell them about the incident. Police officers find it hard to believe, but one of the police officers, Juno, notices the business card that Gi-hun brought. On his way home, Gi-hun receives a phone call telling him that his mother is at the hospital. It turns out that her feet are in serious condition and need surgery, but Gi-hun doesn't have the money to afford it. On the other side, Juno is looking for his brother, who's gone missing for some time. At his brother's place, Junho finds the same business card that Gi-hun brought to the station. He decides to find Gi-hun to ask him about the card. Meanwhile, the girl who stole Gi-hun's money, Sebyok, is at the orphanage meeting with her younger brother. It turns out they escaped from North Korea and their mother is still stuck in North Korea, and she has to get more money to bring her mother. Ali, on the other hand, goes to his boss, who hasn't paid him for 6 months. The boss does have the money, but refuses to pay, so Ali gets angry and accidentally pushes the boss into the machine that crashes his fingers. Ali runs away with the money and sends his wife and son back to Pakistan. Gi-hun's friend Sang-woo also has millions of dollars in debt and he tries to commit suicide, but at that moment he receives a business card that invites him to the game once again. All these people realize that the only way to change their life is to win the prize money, so they all decide to call the number and join the game once again. Third episode is called The Man with the Umbrella. As Gi-hun gets into a van, Junho chases after him in hopes of finding his brother. He sneaks under a car and manages to get into the ship. Junho gets into a van and pretends to be one of the participants. He knocks out one of the guards and steals his clothes and mask to join the guards. The players wake up in the hall again. It shows out of 201 people, 187 participants have returned to the game. Gi-hun talks with Sang-woo and decides to make a team with other people, including Ali and Il-nam, to increase their chance to win. On the other side, the gangster Deok-soo is also forming his own team and asks Sebyok to join his team, but she refuses and mocks him. Meanwhile, all the guards are going back to their rooms. Junho gets into the room and sees they are being watched 24 hours. The next day, the players head out to play the next game. They see 4 shapes on the wall. Even though Sang-woo knew what game they are about to play, he doesn't tell his teammates and suggests them to split to each shape. Sang-woo chooses triangle, Ali chooses circle, Il-nam chooses star, and Gi-hun chooses umbrella. Turns out it's an old Korean game where you break the honeycomb into the shape you are given, so Gi-hun has chosen one of the most difficult ones. People who break the shape are getting killed on the spot. Sang-woo, Ali, and Sebyok easily take out their shapes. Minya on the other side uses a lighter to heat up the needle and gets the shape. Then she passes the lighter to Deok-soo to help him out. Gi-hun and Il-nam are struggling, but Gi-hun realizes that if he licks the honeycomb, it becomes easier to break, so he starts licking the honeycomb and everyone follows his strategy. Gi-hun manages to get the shape just in time, but the rest of people who didn't make it in time are getting killed. One of the players refuses to die and holds one of the guards as a hostage. He makes the guard to take off his mask and sees he's just a young man. Feeling no hope, he commits suicide. The frontman comes to the scene and shoots the guard who has been exposed, saying that anyone who reveals their face will be killed. Junho cleans up the dead bodies and picks up the mask from the dead guard. That's where the episode ends. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video, and hope you guys have a great day.